What's up? What do you do? I hope you're doing good, my baby boo. I said that's like I'm working on the intro, but hope you got a snack, got some water, maybe got some juice, maybe got a meal, nutrients, vitamins. Take care of yourself. It's that time of year, you know. It's that time of year, flu season coming back. But also, you know, we just gotta take care of ourselves as we grow older. Whether or not you're young or not, like just eating good makes you feel good, and if you can feel good and have that knowledge in your head already, at whatever point in your life, and you take it and you carry it on, you're gonna be set, man. You're gonna be set, man. You're gonna be set. But as you can tell, the title, I think it's always down on like the title's ever up, right? You know, by the title, never stop trying. And I feel like most, if not everybody, has that in their head to like not give up, to not stop trying obviously it depends for like what it is, but I think more specifically for like, you know, your goals, your dreams, your ambitions, things that drive you, things that pique your curiosity, things that like your soul and your heart align with. But for this video, I'm mainly talking about your curiosities, your interests, and things, you know, you want to like delve into. Not necessarily your passions and your ambitions, because that's a whole different discussion. But for this, when it comes to just living life, you just got the best teacher you will always have is experience. Now, a wise person learns from the faults and mistakes of others, and you know, from there works on themselves and make sure that they don't follow suit. However, throughout life, you're always going to go through struggles. Throughout life, you're always going to meet obstacles. Throughout life, you're always going to have pitfalls, traps, and hidden doors and segments that are trying to pressure plate. Watch out, duck, jump, move, dodge, whatever. And obviously, you're going to have the good moments. The sun shines, the sun sets, peaceful moments, warm breeze, quiet, maybe around people that you care about, people that care about you, maybe around animals, maybe you're in nature. It doesn't matter. You're gonna have many moments. You can have obviously way more good and peaceful, content moments than you can have bad. Obviously, it depends on your mindset. But the key thing here, I don't want to ramble off too much. The key thing here is to just never stop trying, and that is hard. Yes, it can be very difficult, especially depending on your external situations, what's going on. When it comes to your curiosities and your interests and just growing older, just experiencing it at least once will give you an idea if you should continue this or you should not. But if you never experience something, if you never go through something, you're always going to have that disconnection. You're always going to have that disconnection. You're always going to have that bridge. Or not bridge, you're going to have that missing link to where, like, okay, now two parts won't connect, they're going to diverge. And if you would have had that experience, obviously you may learn it. It could be bad or it can be good, but any situation that is new is always a good situation, depending on what it is. Obviously there's context around it, but a new situation is always going to be good because you can learn something from that. You can learn something new from that, learn something new about yourself, or learn something new about the universe or the world around you, and in there learn something new about yourself. Ultimately, it all comes back to you. Everything externally does come back internally. That's where all the answers are. That's where all the answers are, anyways. All the answers you really know or really want, that you're truly seeking, all in here. Not necessarily your thoughts, but in like your intuition. I think I made a video about that. Your intuition, like follow your intuition, because intuition is a big part. This coincides with all that. When you follow your intuition, when you're going down that path, you do have to constantly try, because you're always gonna have moments, and it may not be every single time, and it may not be super frequent, but you're gonna have moments where you're tested, and that's just, I mean, really think about that shit. That shit is completely fucking normal. Like, really think about that shit, bro. Everything on this beautiful planet, in this universe, gets tested. Everything living Everything sentient, everything non-sentient gets tested. And for what? For the sole purpose of, are you going to learn from this, or are you going to fall to this? And the moment you continue to remind yourself you cannot control the situations itself, but what you can control is you and how you react to it. And from there, you can move pieces. You can work behind the scenes. You can work from a 4D standpoint, what other people are 2D, 3D. You can work from a 6D standpoint. You can work in a way better headspace if you just experience something, get over that anxiety, get over that fear of whatever it may be, get over that nervousness, push past it. Because once you face that fear, once you stop running, that fear is non-existent. What you have now is a situation where you just have to react, where you have to adapt, where you have to grow. Okay, is this the life you want to be in, or do you want to be removed from this? And whether it's good or bad is a good situation, because you can learn something from that. And never trying is to never learn. And if you believe to yourself for one moment, I'm smart enough, I'm good enough, I'm a good enough person, no, this where I'm at in my life, mentally, spiritually, soulfully, physically, mentally, emotionally, this is a good spot for me, respect to you. Personally, me, I find that a little bit weak-minded, because you're gonna live, like, you're living until you die. So why get to a point of just not even contentment, just stagnant? Why become stagnant? Why let yourself become stagnant when you can constantly get better, when you can constantly grow? Humans are a forever evolving species. I believe most animals are evolved. Like every sentient being is an evolving being. It just takes time to evolve. And now, depending on how you operate with that, you can evolve faster or you can evolve slower. And a lot of times, some people do devolve. Is that a word? People do resent. People do go backwards because of the mindset they have, because of the things they tell themselves. There's another video I want to talk about this, but we're about how the limits. I think I made a video about limits, but bro, like people be limiting themselves just from the aspect of like the fear and like nervousness and like awkwardness, whatever may come from what you're thinking about. Like things, yeah, sure, there's some things that cost money. That's just the world we live in at this point. And if you want to try things, do things to make more money. And obviously, easier said than done. And sometimes a lot of the things that we want cost a lot of money. But if you're depending on the journey you want, sometimes it doesn't cost a lot of money. It just costs some money. That doesn't mean you can't make that money. You can make as much money as you truly believe. Especially in this world, at any time period, you can make as much money as you want to. It just depends on what you do. Because you have your own skill sets. You have your own specialty. You don't need to follow other people. If you believe I need to follow this person so I can be successful, I need to follow this person's path so I can be successful, in that, granted, you're allowing yourself to be an absent-minded follower. Now, that's a little blunt, and that's not a negative thing, because the world, universe requires balance, yin yang, black and white, positive, negative, whatever. To any, is it Newton that said that shit? Every reaction has an equal and opposite reaction. I don't know who said that shit. But whoever said that shit, obviously we know they're right. There's a very long conversation we're gonna have about this. At some point, I do want to have actual back and forth conversations, because talking like this can only take us so far. You know what I mean? In terms of growth, because we need to have conversations with people just across the world, different walks of life. That's really what it is. Never lose hope. Hope is the last thing you should ever lose. That's what I told myself. Is that I always told myself, because that was the one thing I fucking knew. Never lose hope. Never stop trying. If you run from your fears, it only makes it worse. If you face your fears, guess what? You won't have to live with your fears. And you won't have to live with the regret of living with your fear. Now, just a parentheses? No. There's an asterisk. Never mind. Fuck all that shit. I'm not gonna give you no asterisk. The message is what it is. You know, take what I said, think about it, process it how you will, come to your own conclusion. And let me know what the conclusion is. Try to challenge my thoughts if you want, or accept it, or be like, oh, I think the same thing. Hey, nice. But yeah, you know what to do. You know who I am. If you don't, that's a good thing. If you don't, that's a good thing. I don't know how to end videos, so I'm just gonna leave you with